Hey geeks, welcome to the TG2M conversation. I'm KayeCee Austin. How are you guys doing? Okay, so in today's episode, we're going to talk about 5 tips that you can use to see the inner beauty in others as well as in yourself. But before I do that, I want to go over a message that I received, one of the comments that I received from Kuzzco. And this comment actually spurned today's topic. So the comment was on the TG2M episode 113, 6 daily mantras to boost your motivation. Okay, so Kuzzco says, great episode as always. I wonder what your opinions are about Tony Robbins. I've started following his work and I like him. And you also talk about some of the things he does. So what do you think of him and what he does? Okay, so first of all, Kuzzco, I love Tony Robbins. He's one of the reasons, like many other people, he's one of the reasons that I got into motivational speaking and being a mentor and just trying to help people based off of my life experiences. So, also, I actually didn't discover him probably in a traditional way. I discovered him through the movie Shallow Hal, and probably a lot of people, from what I'm reading, have discovered him that way as well. But in the film, it's a film about a guy who's notoriously shallow, but the guy ends up falling for and seeing the inner beauty in a woman that he normally wouldn't give the time of day. So, and the person that helps him do that is Tony Robbins. And one of the catalyst scene is Jack Black's character meets Tony Robbins in an elevator, and he wants him to give him some tips on how to score chicks. And Tony's like, okay, I'll do it my way. And you know how back in the day when you'll see films of old school preachers just trying to cleanse someone. So in the film, Tony Robbins just abruptly just puts his hand on Jack Black's head and just goes, devils, come out! And Jack Black freaks out. And he's like, hey, banana hands! It's just so funny. But, Tony's like, hey, this is how I do things, And he's like, oh, sorry about the banana hands thing. So, I just love that film, because it's speaking about seeing people's inner beauty. So, in saying that, thanks for that, Kuzzco. Amazing, awesome comment. Okay, so in saying that, let's move on to today's topic. Okay, so how do we see inner beauty in others? Well, one of the first ways is to essentially see inner beauty in ourselves. Because if you can't see something in yourself, it's going to be hard for you to see it in other people, okay? So, number 1, treat others how you would treat yourself. Now, it may sound cliche, but the funny thing about cliches is there's a reason for them. They're time-tested. They're time-tested, so therefore, they work. So treat others how you would treat yourself. That's the first step to seeing the inner beauty in someone. Number 2, accept them flaws and all. This means physically, mistakes, errors in judgment. You have to realize that our imperfections are what ultimately make us perfect. That's actually a mantra. You can say that. My imperfections make me perfect. The imperfections of others make them perfect. Okay. So when we're talking about, loving ourselves and loving others, flaws and all, for example, the eyelid of my dominant eye is slightly lower than my non-dominant eye. I'm left-handed, so my dominant eye is my left eye. So over the years, I've learned tricks from makeup artists and photographers, on how to, just slightly even it out, but overall, I still love myself and I accept myself for the way that I was created. And we can do that by loving others and accepting them for how they were created, okay? And a fun fact is that it's actually common for the dominant eye that on the side that you write with, to appear smaller than the other. So it's actually pretty common. All right. Number 3, focus on what makes them unique, okay? Rather than focusing on things like their clothes, their outward appearance, their economic status, Focus on who they are as a person and the activities that they enjoy doing. Okay? All right. Let's see. Okay, so number 4, put others and yourself down less and compliment more. Complimenting actually builds confidence. It builds confidence in yourself, in your ability to give compliments and to receive compliments. And also it builds confidence in others and their own abilities in themselves as human beings overall, okay? So also, when we learn to accept compliments when they're given, it's a good way to learn how to give compliments. A lot of us, someone tells us something, we're like, So instead of saying, oh, that old thing, you could say, oh, yes, thank you. I purchased it at wherever, if you want to give the details of that. Or my mom surprised me with it. Learn to accept compliments. And another thing that I want to add too is, you know how when you meet someone or you're walking down, the street or what have you, and someone gives you a compliment, learn to, if you can, learn to give one back. That's something that I do. A lot of people, they take it and they say, thank you, and they walk away. Learn to try to find something real quick in that person. Like if they say, oh, I love your hair, and then they're walking past you, say, thank you, I love your shoes, and then walk away. You never know. You just made their day. That's something that I've been doing for years, and it makes my day, and you can tell that it makes the day of the other person because they weren't expecting. They were expecting to give. They weren't expecting to receive. So work on that. Try to do that. As soon as someone gives you a compliment, give them one back. I remember when I first, years ago, I decided that I was going to do that. And I told some of my friends, they would constantly compliment me to test me to see if I would do it. Oh my gosh, Joyce and Michael, they're awesome. They would crack up every time, or they would wait for someone to give me a compliment and they would just look at me because they knew right away I would do it because I was working on that, All right, so yes, learn to give compliments and learn to accept compliments, all right? So also, one of the questions I remember being asked is the type of compliments. So you can compliment people on what they're good at and when they do things that make you feel good, and of course, how they look that day, okay? All right. So number 5, notice when others do things like when they stand tall, when they make eye contact when they're speaking, people that smile and laugh often, people that say please and thank you, and people that love having fun and just connecting with their overall bliss, just loving life. Notice those things. When you start noticing those things in people, you're going to really start accepting their inner beauty, okay? So those are the 5 ways that you can accept the inner beauty in others as well as accepting the inner beauty in yourself. All right. So I am KayeCee Austin for the TG2M conversation, and I will talk to you guys later. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Okay. Talk to you guys later. Bye.